We averaged 28 points per game my first year of coaching. We dominated the running game. We was hands down the number one offense in the league that year. And what made this formation, guys, so special for me, and we're going to get into it now, and this is one of the benefits of running the Maryland I formation, is that it gives you the power to control the clock. But more so than that, if you got multiple athletes that you want to use, it gives you the ability to use multiple skill guys, multiple backs to run the ball any way you want it. All right. I mean, any way you want it. If you got a kid that's a power kid and you want him to get the ball, you can put him at fullback or the 3-back, and you can run them up with off tackle plays, with dives, with counter plays, things of that nature. If you got a speed demon, right? If you got a speed demon and you want to run to the outside or you want to use him to run off tackle, right? And have those blockers coming out of the backfield, your athletes, your dogs coming out of the backfield. This is a formation that you would absolutely love. Also, number 3, if you don't want to run the beast formation, but yet you want to be able to dominate the running game, the Maryland I formation is a great alternative for you because, like I told you before I knew anything about the beast formation, the Maryland I formation was my power running formation. And when I tell you we did so much damage that, quite honestly, it shocked me how effective this formation was. The type of players I had. Now, I'm going to tell you how I had this thing kind of formatted and kind of laid out, okay, to give you an idea and a vision of what you can do with this thing, right? So my quarterback was a dual threat quarterback, okay? With this kid, he can run, he can pass, he can game manage, he can do anything I want, okay? So I have my game manager right here, all right? I got my physical fullback type, literally at fullback, right? Somebody who he may get the ball the least out of the other 2 backs, but he don't care because he just want to clear out, and he's a team player. He wants to be physical. He's a dude, right? He's a dude. Now, with my 3-back here, the way I had it, and now I'm telling you, based on your personnel, you may want to play with this a little bit. The way I had it was I had my speed back right here, okay, in the 3 spot. Shout out to Zarel. He was one of the kids who, doing great in his life. He's married, kids, beautiful wife, all of that, right? I had a kid right here. He was a speed demon, okay? He was a speed demon and an accelerator. And you may say, Coach Beast, why wouldn't you put him, basically at the tailback position and have him run in space? I didn't put him there because he was so quick north and south that as soon as he got a crease off tackle, he was off to the races. Absolutely off to the races. And so what I decided to do, and he was a small kid, I wanted to hide him in the bunch, and we do a lot of off-tackle stuff with him, and we had a lot of success. Now, with my 4-back or tailback, whatever you want to call him, I put my big running back right here, okay? My running back was an absolute monster. My first year running back, he was a power back. He had the speed of a speed guy. Kids were scared to tackle him because he was so big. And that kid scored so many touchdowns for us just because of his intimidation, his presence alone. And then our quarterback scored a lot of touchdowns for us because we do like a lot of quarterback bootlegs and things of this nature. Now, another thing that we did, and I'm going to get to your questions, guys, before in a few seconds, actually. But before we get to the questions, I want to talk about this play. This is one of my favorite plays, and it's one of the most effective plays you can run out of the Maryland I formation. Our team was full of athletes, but we wasn't full of a lot of kids who had catching ability. They was more like running back types, okay? They can run like crazy, but couldn't catch a cold. Okay. And we had one kid on the team, one kid who can catch. And I mean, he could catch. He wasn't super fast. He wasn't super quick. He was super smart. And he was a possession receiver. The kid could catch better than any receiver I ever had, right? So when we're running the Maryland I formation, we'll run this hitch and go special play where basically the way I taught him to do it was he'll go out 5 yards and he can either, well, this is the exact way I taught it. And then I'm going to tell you the way I kind of progressed it for him. He'll run the 5-yard hitch. He'll sell it like he's getting the ball. And he's just gonna turn up the field. The kid scored 9 passing touchdowns. And his biggest reception was like 60 yards. Wasn't super fast. Wasn't super quick. Just super clutch. So that's the first thing we did. We taught him how to like run the route, sell the hitch, and then go, right? Well, it got to a point where, you know, we'll have him lock up the guy like it's a run block and just outside release. And we was equally as effective going that route as well. Okay, guys? So as you guys know, I like to run heavy and then go to play action pass. This is like the ultimate play right here for the play action pass game. And it just, kids don't know how to guard it. Teams don't know how to defend the Maryland I. It just looks, it's different, right? It's just different. It's dynamic. All right, guys. So I'm going to get to you guys' questions now. I'm going to pause real quick, get to your questions, and we're going to go from there. Let me see here. Let's switch. Coach Manning says, what is the highest and lowest ages you would run the Maryland I formation? I would run the Maryland I formation up to junior high, JV even maybe, depending on my personnel and my school. In terms of beginner age, you can really start running this. I would say 8U. I would feel comfortable running it 8U, 7U football. I wouldn't necessarily run it 6U, even though you can. I would feel comfortable running it from 8U all the way up, okay, to JV. You know, that's what I would do. Great question, Coach. Coach Eric says if they can play football, they can run the Maryland I. Facts. And y'all, and this is the thing too about the Maryland I formation, guys. It's one of those gritty ground and pound formations that, you know, you earn your stripes defending against the Maryland I. It's in the same family as the T formation, guys, and the single wing and the beast formation. It's in the same exact family. All right. All right. Coach Derek says, how close do you let parents get to the field during practice? Oh, great question. A mom 15 feet away from our drills told me her son was in the wrong position group. He wasn't. She had dreams. He was Bo Jackson. He was Bo Jackson. Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. Okay. So let's answer this question for you, okay? So on our practice field, it's like a rectangle, right? We have all our teams practice on this practice field, right? All right. So on the front edge of, or let's say the east side of the practice field, you know, I'm going to do something. I'm going to draw this field and I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. Okay. So, all right. So let's say this is our practice field, guys. Okay. This is our practice field. We're practicing. It's a track actually go around there. Just imagine an invisible track going around, okay? The parents park on this east side of the field, okay? The field is really like north and south, but the way, anyway, I'm too technical, being too technical. All right, so the parents will park their cars and they can get out and they can put their lawn chairs, right outside the running track, okay? Now, if the parents want to get a little closer, they can go to the south side of the field, which is a little closer to the senior team, my team, right? Again, they can put tents out if they want. They can put chairs out. It doesn't matter, okay? With us, as long as they stay off the practice field, which I'm happy because the way our field is, guys, the track, it's like a barrier for us, right? So they have to sit on the other side of the track. Okay. Now, I will tell you this, coach. You want to make sure your first parents meeting, you let them know where they are to sit and what they are to do. Okay. Super important. My last year of coaching, man, I would say the first 2 weeks of practice, I had a headache dealing with some of the moms. Okay. Shout out to the moms. No disrespect to the moms, but we will have our practice. We're out there. We're doing our drills. We're running our circuit. We're doing what we do, right? And some of the moms, like two or three of the same ones, would come out and line up in the drills. Not even line up, just say, come on, guys, we finna go. We finna do this. Let's do it. And I told the moms, I had to tell one of the moms like 2 or 3 times, and I had to be a lot more firmer that, hey, you got to get off the field, man. Like they came on the field like this was, I always say the YMCA, like this was like daddy daycare or something. The mom's supposed to play with the little kids, right? And man, these moms came out, they trying to do the drills. They out here like standing beside us, the coaches. I'm like, no, ma'am, y'all got to go. And I said it just like that, like, hey, y'all got to go. Y'all can't be on my field doing practice. And, I had to embarrass them a little bit because they wouldn't listen, And obviously, and this is the purpose of a first parents meeting, okay? You have your first parents meeting. You tell them your rules. You get a parent terms and conditions, code of conduct, all of that. Get them to read it, sign it. Most of them don't read it, but get them to sign it. So when you get on them and hold them accountable, and then they try to cause a ruckus or go to the league or whatever, oh, coach, you didn't say that. You didn't. You can pull out your parent code of conduct sheet and let them know, hey, this is what you agreed to. And that's what we do. So I don't like for them to be too close because they too much of a distraction. I had that problem a little bit too when I was coaching my daughter's volleyball team. Again, Miss B should probably laugh, but they really was kind of intimidated to talk to me because, the first game of the first volleyball game, parents came out arguing the score. I'm like, hey, I'm the coach. You got to sit down. And they probably wasn't expecting that, but you have to stand on business. Y'all hear me? You got to stand on business dealing with these parents, because if you act like Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Passive, you don't want to offend anybody. You putting yourself in a position, man, to where they're going to try to take over your program. And that's just real talk. All right, Coach Manning says, how close is in distance from the center in each position from the center to the last halfback? So Coach, are you talking about pull this up? You're talking about like what's the difference between the running backs? Is that what you're referring to? If it is, of course, the quarterback could be under center. I like for my fullback to be about 2.5 yards back. So basically, we're going 2-2-2 typically. Now, sometimes I will have that halfback, the tailback. I will have him maybe, a little, maybe 3 yards back, but usually it's 2-2-2. Okay. Hope I answered your question there.